Relegated but once reverent, disobedience undermined us while other nations seized our rank. Stagnant, static, and submissive, and servile describes our mental and physical state. But this day we rethink, no longer shackles hamper our mindset. The suffix ity means express the state or condition. God declares a new mindset. Welcome to Israelity.
Praise the Most High for Christ the King. Sacrifice means everything. Go hard, boots to the ground. Championship, I want every ring. Edified by every mean. Married to the Lord, wedding ring. Isaiah 58:1. Cry loud, don't spare a thing. Righteous branch on the same tree. Satan synagogue claiming me. Blasphemous through slavery. Lion of Judah, you can't tame me.
Get that, matter of fact, let's do it like this. Let me get that Isaiah 55 and 11. Let me get Ezekiel 37 and 9. Bring it up.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37 and verse 9. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord God, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into me, and they lived, and stood upon their feet, an exceedingly great army.
So we out here prophesying to the wind, to our people, to the slain, the mentally slain, the spiritually slain, who don't know who they is, to come back and repent to their God.
That's right.
To come back to their fold. To come back to their heritage.
Read. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
So the word of the Most High is going to do what it was sent to do. The Most High woke up his people, his chosen people, to bring this truth to the ones that still sleep, to the ones that's still in Christianity, to the ones that's still in Islam. All this wickedness and wretchedness of what? We got Easter Sunday coming up. A lot of our people celebrating this madness, this garbage. Don't even understand you're worshiping a completely different deity. You're not worshiping the Most High God of Israel. You're not worshiping the fact that so-called Jesus rose on the third day. You're not worshiping that.
Right.
Let me get Proverbs 3 and 31 and get Jeremiah 10 and 1. 31 and 3. Yes, sir. 3 and 31.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
So the scripture said not to envy your oppressors. If your oppressors eating swine, you shouldn't be eating swine. If your oppressors celebrating birthdays, you shouldn't be celebrating no birthdays. He made us set apart for a reason. Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the ways of who?
The heathen. And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with an axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
So the Bible just said that the customs of the people are vain. Why? Because these people are vanity. They have no substance of life.
Right.
Vessels fitted for destruction.
Right.
Let me get Isaiah 40 and 15 down to 17. Let me get 2 Measures 6 and 54. We got to understand why all these other people was created. What was the purpose? Bring it up.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 40 and verse 15.
Uh-huh.
Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing.
He taketh up the isles of who? The isles of the Gentiles as a very little thing, meaning that they mean not a damn thing to the Most High. Keep going.
And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn,
Uh-huh.
nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering.
Uh-huh.
All nations before him are as nothing.
All nations is what?
Nothing.
So we have to understand who these other nations are to the Most High. They are nothing. He called the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans to be the greatest things, the greatest people that's walking on this earth right now. And we
That's
want
right.
to be everybody else. We don't want to be us. We want to have blonde hair in our head.
Right.
We want to eat shrimp, crab, and lobsters like everybody else. We got people that want to partake in homosexuality when the Bible said that that's an abomination.
Right.
We got to come back to our fold, to what our God gave us. And that's these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Bring it out.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 54.
Bring it out.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
That they are what?
That they are
And
nothing.
we just read that same very thing in the book of Isaiah. So we got to understand what's happening here. They are nothing to the Most High. But because of our disobedience, he allowed them to be upon us. He allowed them to be over us and be rulers over us. Keep going.
But be like unto spittle,
Uh-huh.
and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing,
They've been nothing since the beginning of time. They've been nothing ever since the Most High created everything. But
they have begun to become lords over us and to devour us.
lords become masters over us, become our ringleaders of our captivity. We have to understand what's going on. The Bible, the law is spiritual. We broke the Most High laws, and he put us in bondage. He allowed us to go into captivity.
That's right.
Let's get what the Most High called us to be. He ain't called us to be no niggas. He ain't called us to be no so-called black Latinos and Native Americans. He called us to be the chosen people of the book. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Let me get one more. Yeah, let me get some more of that.
Y'all got a couple seconds to hear the word? Hey, yo, my sister, you got a couple seconds to hear the word?
Hey, we out here.
All praises to the Most High. Let's get that.
We're going to learn today.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. But thou art an holy people to the Lord thy God.
Uh-huh.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
No, equal to the white man.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
No, equal to the Chinese man.
Above all people.
So why do we want to be like everybody else when the Most High God of Israel told us we'll be above all people? Where does that even
That's
mean
right.
equal to anybody? It doesn't. That means we'll be reigning above, walking on this earth as gods because he created us to be gods over everybody else.
That's right.
We got people out here want to become Egyptians. You understand Egyptian is a dog? You understand being a white person is a dog? We're going to get that in a little bit. Bring that up.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12 and verse 2. You shall utterly destroy all the places wherein the nations which ye shall possess serve their gods, upon the high mountains and upon the hills, and under every green tree. And ye shall overthrow their altars, and break their pillars, and burn their groves with fire. And ye shall hew down the graven images of their gods, and destroy the names of them out of that place.
So this is a future prophecy that's going to come to place as well. We got to understand all these idol worshipers here, fake Jesus, Buddha, all that's going to be destroyed. Because this place is going up in flames. This is going to be desolate very soon. We got to understand what's happening. We're fighting a very spiritual warfare. Give me 14 and 2.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 2. Bring it out. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself.
So peculiar people mean different, set apart, special.
Above all the nations that are upon the earth.
Above everybody that's upon the face of the earth.
Shalom, sis.
So what all you know about the Bible? Yahweh, Yahuwah, he is God. We have to understand we can't get caught up in the names. Because, let me get that in Isaiah 28 and 11. Let me show you something real quick.
This book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 11. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people.
So with a stammering lips and another tone, that means a different language. So we over here in America speaking English. So, you know what I'm saying? We've been distant. Give me Jeremiah 17 and 4. I'm going to show you something else too.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy inheritance that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For you have kindled a fire in my anger which shall burn forever.
So what is your heritage? Like, what is the definition of a heritage? Okay, so it's the land that you come from, and the language that you speak, the food that you ate, the clothes that you wore, and how you treat your brothers and sisters.
Your holidays.
You know what I'm saying? This over here, this captivity over here, we over here celebrating Easter. That's paganism. You see what I'm saying? We got to understand that the Most High gave us holy days. He didn't give us holidays. My point exactly. So, let's get Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
I think I got a D. I don't know.
Bring it up.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So if we were to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, we'll be above everybody. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. Shalom, sis. So let me get 15. I'm going to show you exactly what happened to our people.
Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So all these curses shall come upon us and overtake us, right? So we have to understand the Most High operates in the principality of duality. He gave us two options: life or death, death or life, darkness or light. You know what I'm saying? So we chose death. Give me that in Jeremiah 8 and 3. We chose death, and we're gonna get into these curses in a minute, so we can identify ourselves with the word.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 8 and verse 3. And death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family, which remain in all the places whither I have driven them, saith the Lord of hosts.
So it was prophesied in the book of Jeremiah that we would be choosing death, us as not individually, because you got brothers up here that's keeping laws, we got sisters that we study with that keep laws, but we get judged as a people, as a nation, not individually. That's where religion get it twisted at. Oh, well, God knows my heart. Yeah, your heart is wicked. You see what I'm saying? Your heart, you got evil thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand and understand what's happening here.
Yeah.
So, go back to, give me 28 and 28.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 28. For the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness.
So, you see a lot of our people strung out on drugs. Stringed out on drugs, they on crack cocaine. You got people that's in Islam, you got people that's in Christianity, you got all these strongholds. Christianity is more deadlier than crack cocaine. Because a crack addict know he's sick, but a Christian don't know he's sick. That's the difference. We have to understand and understand what's happening. See, this white man, and we blame the white man a lot, but the most shalom sis, we blame the white man a lot. He gonna get dealt with, but we gotta fix us. We gotta fix us, and it's a solution in the scriptures. Okay. So we gonna keep on. Give me 37.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 37. Bring it out. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
So this is the reason why we call ourselves black, Latinos, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Jamaican, niggers, speak, Christian. All these are bywords. Greek. You see what I'm saying? Give me Isaiah 65 and 15. We have to understand that because of our disobedience, this was put upon us. We have no identity. You feel what I'm saying? We have no identity at all. Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 15. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For the Lord God shall slay thee and call his servants by another name.
By another name. We out here lost, sis. We don't know. That's going back to 28 and 28, saying that we'll be smitten with blindness. That wasn't just talking about physical blindness, but that was talking about spiritual blindness. Pastors got the same book that we got in our hands, but can't understand it.
Right.
That's what it means to be blind. And they groping at noonday because when you in the dark, you're trying to feel your way around surroundings. That was the whole process of us going through the civil rights movement. We're trying to figure out who we is, going through the Nation of Islam, going through Black Panthers, Crips and Bloods and stuff like that. We're trying to find our identity because we have been discontinued. We have to understand and overstand this. You feel me? So give me go back to Deuteronomy, give me 45. Give me Romans 8:16.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Till thou be destroyed. Not so much physically, and yes, we was destroyed physically, but mentally and spiritually. Keep going.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Because we didn't follow his laws, statutes, commandments. Read.
To keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
And upon thy seed forever. You can look anywhere across the globe. We can go to China, Japan. We in the hood everywhere. We in the ghettos everywhere. We in the slums, down in the dirt, down in the mud everywhere. You can't tell me that we ain't the people of the Bible because we fed everyone these curses. You feel me? Read.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit.
So, Paul, we're going to get you the definition of the Spirit because, see, Christianity teach all that spookism BS. And we casting all that shit down. Now.
It's the book of John, chapter 6 and verse 63. It is the Spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
So the word that I speak unto you, the Holy Scriptures, are spirit. So go back to Romans 8:16, start that from the top.
Book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
So our spirit bear witness with the word, with the accounts, the atrocities that the children of Israel went through in the scripture, because we are the people of the book. That's our identity.
That's right.
That's how we are able to profess and proclaim that we are the children of God. You feel me? So go back to Deuteronomy 28. Let's keep going down. Go ahead, hit 48 for me.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart and the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall bring against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So we got to understand what happened to our people. We got destroyed mentally. We got to go to this white man, our enemy, for everything. We got to go to Walmart and get food. We got to go to them and get clothes. All that. My point exactly. So we have to understand and overstand on who we is. Everybody got a position in the word. Every nation got a position. Who are you? What you gonna do about it? You feel me? So we have to come back to our source, our power. Give me Genesis 32 and 28. Let's show, you know what Israel means? That's the people, but do you know the definition?
That's right. All praises.
Really? You know the definition? We're gonna get you the definition real quick. 32 and 28. That's it.
This book of Genesis, chapter 32 and verse 28.
Uh-huh.
And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God, and with men, and hast prevailed.
So prince that have power with God. So if we've been discontinued from our heritage, that means we don't even know who our God is. We don't know who we worshiping. So that means we don't have no connection to our Father, which is the connection to our power.
That's right. That's right.
This is our power. This is the source. You feel me? Let's go back to Deuteronomy 28.
Oh, yeah.
Hit 54.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 54.
Bring it out.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
So once upon a time, black people could get along. So-called black people could get along without no beefing. A brother can't even walk down the street without a, you know what I'm saying, with another brother. Me and my, we beefing over colors. We beefing over women. We beefing over territory that this white man owns. This the white man's world. This the white man heaven right here. Read.
And toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
This is the reason why we make up the #1 population of broken homes, fatherless children, because of this curse right here.
That's right.
28 and 1 down to 14 give you all the blessings. 15 down to 68 give you all the curses. And that happened to us. You feel me? So let's get 64.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64. Bring it out. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. So that wood represents the cross of Christianity. It's a future prophecy. That stone represents the cobblestone of Islam. We didn't worship no inanimate object.
Right.
Matter of fact, give me that in
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Just,
Well, appreciate you, brother. Hey
That's
man,
right.
bro, we need you right here too with us, bro. We need more soldiers, bro. Hey man, hit one of them numbers up, man. My name is Mikael, man. Michael, man. That top number.
Shalom, brothers.
Shalom, man. All praises to the Most High, brother. So we have to understand what's happening here.
With a stone.
That stone. Oh, give me a Habakkuk 2 and 19. Appreciate it, brother. Hold that.
All right.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 19. Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it.
So Paul, so you see,
All right, shalom, bro.
hey, Jesus is a so-called black man, my brother. We got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, kinfolk.
That's right.
Yes, sir. We the children of Israel, brother. So we have to understand, right? You see brothers and sisters around here with crosses on their necks. That's a mockery to Christ because he died on that tree. He got slew or hung on that tree, on that cross. That was a death penalty for being a Jew during the time of the Maccabees. So we walking around here with these crosses and crucifixes and stuff like that. That's idolatry. Worshiping that cobblestone, that's idolatry. That's you serving and worshiping another god. He's not in a temple made of hands. He's supposed to be dwelling within inside you. We, the people, are the temple.
That's
we
right.
are the church.
That's right.
Not no building, but the people, the congregation. Right now, what you got?
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 27. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in numbers among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you. And there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone.
Wood and what?
Wood and stone,
Talking about that Christianity, that Islam again.
which neither see, nor smell, nor hear, nor eat.
They can't do nothing for you. They're not real. We make it real in our mind. We are a result of our own reality. So if you make that cross your reality, that's your God. Give me that in Exodus 20. Start at 1. Okay, according to what book? Psalms 82 and 6. Okay, John 10 and 34. So you quoting scriptures. All right, cool.
Yes, yes, sir.
Hey, sis, I got one more scripture for you. Let's get Deuteronomy 22 and 5.
Fine.
Come on now. Give me Numbers 15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse 5.
Bring it out.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So I'm going to say this right now. Christianity allows you to come as you are, but the Bible that the pastors use teaches you to change. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to ask you a question real quick. What do men wear that women ain't supposed to be wearing? Pants.
That's right.
So you know you got to come out those pants because that's wicked. Keep going.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So cross-dressing is an abomination unto the Most High. You feel what I'm saying? So if we came out with dresses, you'll look at it as funny. Or would you accept that? According to the word. Not according to your thoughts, but according to the word. It's weird. And America accept weird stuff.
Right.
America fall on the abomination.
All right,
Shalom,
brother. Shalom.
Give me Isaiah 5 and 20.
Numbers 15.
Yeah, bring that up.
The book of Numbers chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
So every brother out here, even the sisters out here, even our children, got on fringes on their garments throughout their generations, meaning until your bloodline or your seed line deceased. Keep going.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So you see the ribbon of blue right here. So all in all, what's the purple means warranty, but Bluetooth. I ain't gonna keep too much longer, sis. But I just want to point out, it's imperative. I'm gonna use one of my brother DeLon's words. It's imperative that we come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's
come
right.
back to our identity, because without this, we ain't nothing. We ain't nothing without Christ. We're nothing. He is the Word, according to John 1 and 1 and Revelation 19 and 13. Bring it up.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good,
So destruction. Woe means destruction. Read.
and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
Facts. So the world, the masses of the world will be frowning upon this. Brothers that's united in the word, but be smiling upon a homosexual brother that came out the closet. Or that's open, wide open with it. That little Nas X boy. You got people that's praising that. They following that. They with that. So the Bible just says destruction that call evil good and good evil. How dare you say that this is evil up here? You see what I'm saying? So the mindset got to be changed. We got to be renewed in the mind. And the only way to give me that in Romans 12:2. And the only way to be renewed in the mind, we got to come back to these laws, statutes, commandments. This is the last question. I'll let you go, sis.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world,
And be not conformed to this world, the world that we live in. Read.
but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
His laws is perfect. We need to fix it. And then the only way to get that, you got to come around like-minded people that's steady to show themselves approved.
That's right.
Because we can't do this by ourselves. I can't do this alone. I need my brothers. You feel me? When you get around like-minded people, iron sharpen iron. You feel me? So when you get around like-minded people, it helps you stay on your square. It helps you stay on point and stay focused. But you got a flyer. Hope you use one of those numbers. And it's an address on it. Come through. When you come through, hope I see you in the dress. Alright? And shalom. Alright?
All right, sis.
All praises to the Most High. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Give me Romans 8 and 36. Give me Psalms 44 and 22.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 36. As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter.
We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. You got a lot of questions that's being raised, like why is there so much killing in the city? We want to tackle our situation with our own people. But when police brutality surfaces, why is it happening? Read.
What you said, 4?
Psalms 44 and 22.
The book of Psalms, chapter 44, and verse 22. Bring it out. Yea, for thy sake are we killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter.
We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. We are in this position of getting dismantled and getting obliterated because of our disobedience. We don't have no, give me that in Psalms 91. We don't have no protection. We don't have no covering. Read.
Book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5. And they shall be as mighty men, which tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets.
11 and 5?
Oh, sorry. This book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not.
These so-called white people out here laughing each time they off one of our own people. And they give glory, they think they give glory to the Most High, give glory to the Lord, because they killed one of our own. And they hold themselves not guilty, because you see a lot of these people get off of murder charges, and the court system know they dead wrong for it, and know they was guilty for it, but because the world is giving it to the hand of the wicked, they get off. Bring it out.
I'm going to start at 1.
Start at 1, brother.
The book of Psalms, chapter 91, and verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust.
So under His wings shall we trust.
His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
These laws, statutes, and commandments, according to Psalms 119 and 142, shall be our protection, shall be our shield. If you're not operating in these laws, statutes, and commandments, you have no power. You have no protection. You have no covering. You have no umbrella, like the movie in Resident Evil. You have nothing that's covering you. You are vulnerable to the wiles of the enemy.
Right. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that walketh in darkness.
Everybody out here worrying about this vaccine and trying to get vaccinated, we got our vaccine right here in the Word.
Right. That's right.
This is our vaccine. These laws, statutes, commandments protect us against all that wickedness. These laws, statutes, commandments protect us from against all that witchcraft. Keep going.
Nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee.
Death should not come nigh thee if we operate by His laws, statutes, and commandments. This is our protection. You good on that, brother? Bring it up.
This book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So I'm trying to figure out, why is our people fighting over turfs? Why is our people fighting over corners and over streets? Your name ain't on it. You don't run this world. You don't run nothing in this world. You have to go to Massa. Massa run this right now until Christ come back and slay his enemies. Bring it up.
The book of Psalms, chapter 58 and verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
They've been speaking lies against us. Oh, we not nothing. We just some porch monkeys. Jiggaboos.
Oh.
Right. We dumb and stupid and lazy. The only reason why they say we lazy because we decided to stop working for free. The Most High allowed it. So now we ain't in their eyes, we're not suitable to be in their world. And a lot of them still think that today. We got to understand what's going on here as a people. You know?
Book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 3. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down.
When he will what?
But I will throw down.
So the Lord of hosts said that he will throw down this kingdom, throw down this dominion, throw down the powers that be. Read.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
The border of what?
Of wickedness.
See, anybody can be evil, even our own people can be evil. But Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the red dragon that the Bible speaks of,
right,
the devil that the Bible speaks of, is the border of wickedness. And they will be destroyed for it.
That's right.
Keep going.
And the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
For what?
Forever.
For what?
Forever.
That's right. Forever.
Forever, ever?
Forever, ever. Let's get
Keep the law, this is his reality.
Royal bars for a royal beat. Line peace, no rosary. The rap game is shook. Shockingly, tracks constantly, consciously, causing critical thinking. Drinking the cup of Babylon will get you killed. What you thinking? End up stinking. Malachi 4:1 is for the wicked. Clock ticking. Have fun, enjoy your time. Daniel 7:18. We the saints of the Most High taking the kingdom by force. We ain't asking, check the source. This is opposite of Norse mythology. Apologies ain't coming from this side. Israelites worldwide rise. Stand up. Israelity erases lies from your mind. Illidan swine rhymes give sight to the blind. Smoking tracks is a crime. Crucially cruising on instrumentals. Precepts ain't coincidental. Sentimental, presidential. Not all focus, all that is bogus. Yeah, how was I returning without notice?